The African wild dog, also casually known as the Cape hunting dog or painted dog, is formally known as the Lycaon pictus, which translates to painted wolf, and then falls into the Lycaon genus. This painted dog is the only living animal that makes up the Lycaon genus, which it shares with its prehistoric relatives, the Lycaon sicoe and Lycaon magnus. From here, it falls into the Canidae family, which includes 35 species of dogs, wolves, coyotes, jackals, and foxes. These other species, though, are part of the Canis genus, setting the African wild dog apart. Like its Canidae family, the African wild dog falls into the Carnivora order, then Mammalia class, Chordata phylum, the Animalia kingdom, and finally the Eukaryota domain. The African wild dog, as could be assumed, is only found in Africa, with its highest populations residing in southern Africa and the southern part of East Africa. To get even more specific, these populations are most dense in Tanzania and northern Mozambique. Their preferred habitat ranges from open plains to sparse woodlands to even dense forests, but the main item on their habitat checklist is the availability of prey. The African wild dog is an opportunistic carnivore, primarily preying on antelopes, warthogs, wildebeest calves, rats, and birds. They hunt in packs, stalking their prey silently before pursuit, during which they are able to reach speeds of up to 41 miles an hour, which they can maintain for 3 miles. The wild dogs are diurnal, which means they are most active during the day, and mainly hunt during the morning and early evening, with an 80% success rate. Occasionally, African wild dogs may be found scavenging prey left by other predators, but this is rare. The lifespan of African wild dogs is about 11 years, and when it comes to family life, their social structure is most similar to that of wolves. However, the wild dogs are notably more gentle. They live in packs of 5 to 20 individuals, which are mostly male, with one dominant male and one dominant female, called the alpha pair. Only the alpha female will give birth to a litter of 10 to 12 puppies about once a year, which the pack helps feed, babysit, teach, and raise. At about 3 years old, the female pups leave the pack, while the males stay. After leaving the pack, an alpha female naturally occurs among the sisters if they stay together, and she will breed with a lone male, creating a new pack. This ensures that inbreeding does not occur. Of course, this doesn't help their dwindling numbers, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that these dogs aren't too aware of that. The African wild dog has been one of the world's most endangered mammals since 1990, with only about 6,600 wild dogs remaining today. Lions and spotted hyenas are natural predators to the African wild dog, but the driving factor progressing them towards extinction is humans. Of deaths, almost half of those of the African wild dog are caused by man. The wild dogs are losing their habitats due to the expansion of the human population, which naturally leads them to having more conflict with the people invading their territory. This then leads to even more deaths than before, as the wild dogs are killed for the sake of protecting livestock that is now farmed on the land they used to freely roam. The habitat loss they are facing is severe, with what used to be an average of 80 square miles of territory per pack being now 10 square miles per pack. African wild dogs are also highly susceptible to rabies, canine distemper, and diseases transmitted by domestic dogs. As a highly successful predator, the African wild dog is a key factor in maintaining the natural balance of the African plains, preventing overpopulation of the animals they prey on, as well as keeping these populations healthy, as they often target sick or weak members. There are many organizations working towards saving the African wild dog, and a few key things being done to help the species. A seemingly obvious fix would be putting them on reserves, but this is not common on account of the painted dogs killing the other reserve residents at too high of a rate. Captivity is not ideal for the wild dogs, but captive breeding is utilized to help increase the numbers of their population. There are about 600 African wild dogs in captivity today, and there are breeding programs in Africa that reintroduce their captive dogs and pups to the wild. To fight the common canine distemper, researchers vaccinate the wild dogs against it when they are able to. Farmers are encouraged to use non-lethal methods of protecting their livestock, like higher fences and rubber bullets, and researchers utilize tracking collars to study the dog's roaming habits when they can. Overall, the African wild dog is as important as it is beautiful and deserves every effort made to save its kind.